I love music. I think it's one of the most beautiful experiences in life. But what is music exactly? You could describe it with wavelengths and rhythms. You could break it down into patterns, octaves, and pitches. To a scientist, the kind of equations describing music might be almost as beautiful as the music itself. The philosopher Pythagoras actually said it works both ways. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. When I met with Richard Dawkins, he talked to me about science and beauty.
Science has opened our eyes to the beauty of the universe, the beauty of our capacity to understand the universe and understand life.
We've talked a bit about our ability to understand the universe and how amazing that is. But our understanding also brings with it an appreciation of its fundamental beauty. Why is that? Why is the universe beautiful?
Yeah, I think even when you look at the sort of great atheist scientists of our time, a lot of them, I think, would recognize that there is ultimately in the laws, the fundamental laws of physics, a sense of sort of, they would not call it design or something like that, but they would say beauty. These are the kind of words you hear. You hear a lot about beauty, aesthetics, and actually, in a sense, it's a central principle of how we do science.
Some physicists talk about aesthetics. They talk about elegance. They talk about beauty, simplicity of mathematical equations, of laws and/or regularities.
Well, it's certainly true that the kind of patterns which we observe in nature and which are implied by the equations do have an aesthetic value. And of course, many great physicists have spoken about this, and there's no doubt about that. I think the question one would ask is this resonance between the external world and the physical world and our human brains is telling us something about the external world, but it's telling us also something about our human brains. And in a sense, we have evolved in this context, and so perhaps it's telling us that we have evolved to resonate with it.
Why do our brains resonate with the universe? And why do we find it so elegant? What can this tell us about the universe and about ourselves?
It is a privilege to be a conscious human being. And it's given to no other species, at least at the level that we have it. And anybody who wastes that is wasting their life, as far as I'm concerned. You don't have to be a scientist to use it. You can be a painter and use it. You can be a teacher and use it. You can have all sorts of different approaches. But I think it is really kind of an incredible thing, this consciousness. I mean, we're the only species that's really aware that we're going to die as individuals. But you should enjoy the fact that you're alive. And be aware that you are privileged to observe the world the way it is, because that's given to, as far as we know, no other creature, at least at the level that we have.
Like Martin Rees said, it seems like there's profound resonance between the physical world and our human brains. And perhaps this resonance somehow relates to the fundamental beauty of the universe. And perhaps our ability to explore this beauty as conscious beings is a privilege, and one not to be wasted. I certainly believe in that privilege, which is why I continue to search for answers. We've only touched on the questions we set out to examine, and trust me, we've still got a lot to cover. I hope you'll join us for the rest of the journey, because we're on a quest to find answers, and this is only the beginning.